Man, that time went by so fast, it caught me. And I've been planning for this all night. But give me a minute or two. Right back. Yeah, I just want to let you know I'm here. That I'm ready. I'm trying to, Lord, yeah. I am here. Just doing a few little things. It caught me by, that time, man, that time zoomed by. I'm telling you, people waiting on time. Don't wait on time, wait for it. No man. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I'm still here. Still here. Taking a sip, but don't want you to see me drinking wine because advertisement on it, demons got their names on it, and I don't want to go out there and buy stuff because you see me drinking the stuff, but I don't do no advertising. I don't want that on. That's not a call. That's not, and that's what you're supposed to be doing. Well, let's get to it. This is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord of hosts. This is the message that the Lord God has given unto me to give. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord of hosts. So I know a lot of y'all tired of hearing that, but might be somebody listen to this channel for the first time. Listen to this message. I see this message for the first time. So, that's found as a rebel. I say the violence rebel. The rebel was the governor at the time, found in the book of Hizkiah. And so he told Zerubbabel, I'm going to use you as a signet, just like that. So this is the signet that he told Zerubbabel that he was going to use. Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit. So that's found in Zephaniah chapter 4, verse 6. But you also got to understand this. We go to it's on that message too. So when you go to Habakkuk, he told him, say, write it down and make a plan. So that's what I did. He had it, written it down and made a plan. That's what he told me to do. That's what I did. So then we go to the book of Malachi. So when you go to Malachi, then you say, I'm going to send Elijah to you for a great wrath of the Lord. You should turn the hearts of the children back to the father, the hearts back to the children, each I come and strike the earth for the curse. But you got more to that. So who are the fathers? I told you, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Nash, and Joseph. But they have more fathers than that. So I told you Enoch, Noah, Shem, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. So you know all those good people, our ancestors are our fathers. That's who they call. Okay. And it's out already. It's the last month, the last few weeks anyway. But anyway, so that's found in Malachi chapter 4, verses 5 and 6. But the reason why I tell you read 4, 5, and 6, because 4 is telling about Mount Horeb. So you're supposed to go back to Mount Horeb and do with those, learn of the statutes and the judgments and get back in the bond of the ever covenant. Okay, then told you this one. The reason why I'm going together, you know this is. So read the purpose for everything under the sun. So let's go here, Malachi chapter 3, verse 1. Now I know I gotta go. I'm gonna do that this weekend. I'm gonna go back over it, read Malachi again, because I know you got another message in there for me. Okay. Behold, I will send my messenger, should prepare the way before me, and all whom you seek shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, you shall come, say the Lord of hosts. So, where's I give you the messenger of the covenant. So you find that in Jubilees. Yeah, second chapter of Jubilees. So if you don't know who you are, okay, where you at in the world, and you was brought over there in slavery, and you know that you're different from everybody else. Because you are Israel. God told the people that he had sent throughout all the four corners of the earth. Now, I showed you that and read that to you. You got to hold of it. Until you take hold of it, not doing good, because once you take hold of it, everything in life gonna change. God cannot lie. All right. So you know I had 2 dreams for you. A dream, man. I didn't remember none of the dreams. And then when I asked the Lord God to bring it back to me, it was one of those rough nights, as they say, man. It kept on. Like this one time when I go to bed too early, it doesn't seem like it doesn't work out. But anyway, so let me continue on. So this morning, I woke up. Prayers have been changed. So we know a lot of wicked stuff coming your way now. Tell you. As long as you keep God's commandments and holy covenant, you got nothing to worry about. But if you're not keeping his commandments, holy covenant, you have a lot of fear and not to be worried about. Okay. So anyway, so I was walking on the side of this pool. And I walked on the side of the pool, boom, and I slipped down on the deep end of the pool. So when I slipped down, I didn't float in, I just sunk down. I'm standing up at the bottom of the pool, see all the water up over my head and everything. And so I wonder, somebody gonna come and get me, or wonder what you know, that little Paul said, well, what I'm gonna do now? I know how to swim. So I don't have to worry about that, how to swim. Okay, now my tread in water might not be too good, but I do know how to swim. All right. So anyway, so so out the exterior corner of my eye, I see this figure, and I know it's Jesus. Just know this, you know the master. I know it's the master. And so then I woke up, man. Then that's kind of disturbing in a way, because if you slip in the deep end of the pool, you know how you're gonna get out of this mess. So you can take it that way. I can take it that way. That's what came to mind at first. But after all that, you know, all those different things go through your mind after all that. What really came to mind, as long as I'm keeping his commandments, as long as I'm keeping his holy covenant, and nothing can hurt me. It's gonna go well. No matter whether I'm in a deep end of the pool or not. But that's how you gotta look at things. You can't just look at things from your perspective, the main perspective. You have to look at it what the law of God's word says and what his truth is. And his truth is, as long as you keep his commandments, holy covenant, what? Nothing's gonna hurt you, nothing's gonna harm you, nothing's gonna hurt you, and you have nothing to fear. So that's what I don't worry about it. I'm in a deep end, whatever's gonna happen, but it ain't not gonna have effect upon me. Oh, it's not. I'm just telling you. So that was one. All right. So that brought back another dream. You have this on YouTube. Excuse me. Flat Earth Boxer, that's his name. And they have this theory. Well, they say that the Earth is flat. It's not flat. It's just that certain things make it appear to be flat. Now, you have to go on outer part of the world, way out, way out, to see different things. But if you read the book of Adam and Eve, Lord God tell you, show you how it is. And because Adam was in the garden is right next door to what? Heaven. See, you gotta just go read it. Just read it. So in this vision or dream, I was like, you see, like in a restaurant set or something like that. They had tables and people eating. And so I see I'm inside of a dome. Yeah, a dome. I mean, I'm inside of a dome. And over the dome, I see water. I see one of my other videos. So I see that water over that dome. Man, I said, man, look at that. Man, look at that. You know? And then you can walk to the side. You can see the side of the dome, right and left side of the dome. And over your head, you can see the dome. That's what it was. And so that's during the time Flat Earth Boxer was I was reading his prophecies and things. And so when I seen that, then the Lord God showed me that. Then like I told you, then he asked me, say, have I been on the canvas of the earth? Before you even asked that question, Lord God had already taken me up there, and I was on the canvas of the earth, and I had my what you call it, flash drive. And the flash drive fell while I was on top, my flash drive fell down. I said, man, I lost my flash drive. Just like that, what I said. And I was on top, and then I see how the earth was, it was like in grids. The earth was like in grids, and I was on the top. Hold up, wait a minute. It's more to that than that. So after I saw that, that's when I started. This is another video I made. Boy, I saw the two supersonic silver missiles. Boy, missiles like I never saw. Not saying supersonic, but nah, it was different than that. I never saw these type of missiles before. And I told you that before, man. They were so silver and glistening. Two of them. Man, they were huge missiles. I saw missiles. These was huge. Yeah. Yeah. But anywho, so that's the two things. I got a dream for you. So you know where we at. People know what's going on. Man. The people that's way up there, the high echelon people that believe and go through things like they're going through and trust all those things. They know what's going on. You see, they're there with it each and every day. But they ain't gonna tell you about it. They brainwashed. Mm-hmm. It's like when all these terrorist things, all this is Satan. Satan hate man. Right, go ahead. All right. The tree part, I put that up there when I opened up the video. Like I said, I showed the moringa tree. I put it up there. I probably, I just put one section of it, but I took a few pictures of the moringa tree. And I cut it down last year for insurance purposes. They had me cut it down because they didn't want no tree to touch the building. So I go there and I cut the tree down. And so it don't make no difference if I cut the tree down, it's gonna go right back. But that's how they do it, go right back. And so when I cut it down, whatever you don't put that substance on it to stop it from going back, some black substance. It don't go back. Yeah, that's what it don't do. So it's life. So I took all the branches and everything down. I had that sit in the yard for a good little while until that I thought it was right. Really. And so after it dried up, and then I just took the branches and everything, I just brought it back, stacked it up in the backyard, and waiting for it. It's gonna turn. You got to give it time. It's just gonna turn back to dust like it was, right where it comes. And so, but one day I walked back there and said, man, oh, look like this tree still growing. And I said, oh, so I go back there. Now, this before I read the Similitudes. The shepherd of harmonies, the Similitudes. That's before I read it. So I go back there, man, this thing's still growing. So I just go back there and I start pop the top off and eat it. Because it's a moringa tree it's good for you. It's good for you. Very nutritious. So I eat it. And then, didn't pay no more attention to it. I broke the top off and eat it, thought it was going to die. It's already cut down. And I don't see how it's growing, I don't. So then the law of all brings me to the shepherd of harvest that talks about the rise, the different rises that they are. They're just, the tree roots and everything that you can cut down, they're rise. So then after you start explaining to the different rides, what the dry ones mean, what the half dry one mean, hoping that one of them branch out and grow, just like Aaron. I won't get to it. The ride of Aaron, the almond tree, the ride of Aaron, it bloomed after it was cut down and everything. It bloomed. Okay. Then after that, I won't get to it. I will get to it with you. Joseph, when it came to be betrothed to Mary, Mary was only 14 years old, and Joseph was a grown man. He had like 5 children. Now, you can be like 21, 22, in your 20s and have 5 children. Yeah, I know some people that like that. Yeah. But anyway, so when they came to betroth to Mary, everybody had put in their rides and everything. But Joseph just throwing the ride. He was an old man and up in age, and so he just said he had no way chance to get a young 14-year-old woman. You see, they're just coming in. So he thought so. And so how they went by, whoever ride blue, that's who gets that's who they get taught to. So Joseph ride bloom, and that's how he got in there. This document. So these people hide everything from you. But they hope that you never come to a full knowledge of truth. Why? The Lord God said, knowledge, there's power. And there's a lot of power in knowledge. Just what knowledge that it is. That it is. Yeah. Okay. So I guess it's time for me to divulge some mysteries that the Lord, I have to tell you some mysteries that the Lord God had done to me that He has showed me who I am. You know, where I'm at in prophecy. Now, I ain't going to tell you everything where I'm at in prophecy. I just give you certain things. So let's go. So we're going to Zephaniah chapter 1. And like I told you before, I know you heard me say this before. I'm telling you again. You around my body, don't touch it, leave it alone. The holy angels are there to protect it until certain people come and get it. All right, so Zephaniah chapter 1. The word of the Lord came unto me, Zephaniah, son of Cushi, the son of Gedaliah, the son of Amariah, the son of Hizkiah, in the days of Josiah, the son of Amon, the king of Judah. I will utter and consume all things from off the land, said the Lord. Now, when the Lord God speaks, when he say all things, what does he mean? All things. Everything. I mean nothing. He said, I'll consume all things off the land, said the Lord. I will consume man and beast. I will consume the fowls of heaven, the fishes of the sea, the stumbling blocks, the wicked, and I will cut off man from off the land, said the Lord. Now, wait a minute. That's good. Demons trying to do their thing. All right. So when the Lord God tells you that, that's what he means. I told you I saw wormwood. I told you I saw the stars falling. Well, meteorites, which are stars and things falling from heaven. I told you about all those things that I have seen. Okay. So, like he says, the water, I told you, I've seen those, let's say, tidal waves, tsunamis coming from out the ocean onto land. So, I told you I saw all that, right? So, let's keep going. I also stretched out my hand upon Judah. So, who are Judah? Upon all inhabitants of Jerusalem. So, why do you make a distinction there? Well, the reason why you make a distinction there, because where Judah at right now? And who are there in Jerusalem? Okay, the inhabitants, because they're over there in our land, they're supposed to be in our land. And I will cut off the remnant of Baal from this place in the name of the Chemarims. What? The priests. Does that not happen? And them, well, that happened to a certain thing, but now we're talking about the whole world being destroyed. That's why I just reading to you. That's about everything. Okay, well, let's finish reading. And them, well, because you got to know when this time should come. And them that worship the host of heaven upon the housetop. And them that worship and swear by the Lord and swear by Malcham. Now, so who's the Lord? All right, well, they swear by the Lord God and Malcham with that star God. Come on, man. That's found in so many books, but also, I think, was Amos and also in Testament of the 12 Patriarchs. This book right here. All right, let's go. All right. And them that are turned back from the Lord, and those that have not sought the Lord, nor inquired for him. See? Them that are turned back from the Lord, what they have done, backslid, and they don't want to have nothing to do with it. And those that have not sought the Lord, those who say, I don't want that, and those none of have not inquired of him. So, like I told you, you're going to have to make a choice. And that choice is you're going to have to serve the Lord that God and live, or serve the world and its vanity and die. So they're coming to that choice. All who choose that way. All who choose that way. All right. There's a lot of young people out there, which I was out there one time too, didn't know, didn't have these type of teachings and things. And you're out there running behind the vanities and the cares and affairs of this life, and think that the Lord God is not going to hold you accountable for it. But he is. He is, because you have taken hold of the truth. And now the truth does have nothing to do with monies. Silver and gold, fine raiment, silver don't have nothing to do with that. But you do have those out there calling themselves prophets, preachers, teachers, and all like that. And they're still holding on what? The affairs and the cares of this life and think nothing gonna happen. Because you let the word of law, like Lord God, you always remember what the Lord God said, all this word. Man does not live by bread alone, but by what? Every word that proceeds out the mouth of God. And so Lord God tells you, yeah, a whole lot of them that said children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's gonna have a whole lot of them come sit down at the table with me. And then they're gonna say, Lord, did we do this in your name? Did we cast out devils? Did we heal in your name? All that. And look what the Lord gonna get up and say. Get away from me, you sons of iniquity. Come on, man. Tell you, it's a serious deal. Get rid of it. And he can't get out your life, man. It's easy. Get out your life. Stop worshiping those things. Have what you need. Other you don't worry about it. It shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice. I will punish the prince and the kings, the children, and such are clothed with strange apparel. So, Lord God had prepared me as a sacrifice. So when you have this paper right here, you got a piece on it. The black sheep is a very special sheep. So you know, Lord God, like you say, He had prepared the sacrifice. Let's continue on. And on it, yeah, He had said, let's put it. And He had bid His guests. So the Lord God had me to give this out. So I went many places and gave that out. But I didn't give out. I mean, I gave out a lot of them, but it was like when He sent me a place, all I would give out was 300 copies. Now, it's because the battle should be like the day in Midian. So, however, they had all those people in Midian, all those people, and the Lord God tell them, say, He got told, oh man, I'll tell you his name, Gideon. Lord God told Gideon, now you got 2 men. Go here, and got all the way down to what? 300. You see? And so He only had me to give out 300 copies. Why? Because that was the prophecy said. The prophecy said that it should be like the days in the battle of Gideon, only 300 men. So you only give out 300 copies. So that's what I did. All right. So let's finish. Let me finish. And so so I gave it out to some people, gave it back to me. Some people looked at it and said, nah, I'm Catholic. And now I'm this and I'm that. All right. I didn't say nothing. I just took it back. Some people I gave it to, they took it in, balled it up and threw it away, put it in the fence and everything. I went and got it back. Lord God sitting around there to get it back. Go ahead and give it to someone else. And so I gave out these things. Okay, it was given out in Jamaica too. Yes, it was in case. Yeah, let's continue on. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the prince and the king's children and all such as clothed with strange apparel. So we know. Now I can't give you the exact date or the exact hour, but I can give you the time. I kept telling you over and over and over again that I know when this is going to happen. I know when this is going to take place. I couldn't tell you the exact hour, nor the exact time. But when the Lord's sacrifice is killed, that's when these things are going to happen. So those things I know. I just don't know the hour in the day. I don't know that. Okay. And so in the same day, also, I will punish all those that leap upon the threshold, which fills their master's house with violence and deceit. Now, well, I mean, he told you in many scripture, I should not what? I should not leave you, Israel, Judah, totally unpunished. You're not going to do it. Why? Because we refuse to obey. And they're out there robbing, stealing, killing, cheating. And they're doing all this on their own, which I was very deceitful also. They're doing all this on, and they refuse to repent. And it causing violence where? In their master houses with violence and deceit. And so that's the same thing going on in church house. Yeah, that's not your house. That's supposed to be what? The house of God. But what you doing in? Huh? Are you not just being deceitful in it? Come on, man. And it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord, that there should be a noise of a cry from the fish gate. Now, like I told you, all that water coming where? On land. And the howling from the second and the crashing from the hill. What that said? That's going to be great earthquakes. Great earthquakes. All right. So I seen the earth be rolled together like a scroll, Seen earth real back and forth and seen earthquakes also. But all I can do is just give it to you as he is given. How are the inhabitants of Mactash? But all the merchant people are cut down. Okay. So when we talk about merchant people, also you gotta understand they got other people out there sell stuff besides vanities. You have people that sell food and everything like that. So we also know that Father Abraham told you what? They're gonna be a dearth. God, Father Abraham friend told him that they're gonna be a dearth throughout all the earth. All right. So if everything destroyed, you ain't got no food or nothing. Noah, I hope you have read the book of Joshua. Noah had to wait 5 years before they could throw a feast. That's why you have the feast. Oh man, about to come up. And that's why you have that as one of our feast days, because that's what we celebrate when God renewed the earth. See, that's a feast day. Okay, well, oh man, I can't think of the name of the first fruit, the feast of first fruits. So that's where that come from. When Father Noah had got, y'all said Father Noah was a drunkard. That's what they always preach to people. Father Noah was not a drunkard. He just happened on that day of the celebration, drunk some wine. He didn't know how strong it was or how less it's gonna be, but he was drunk. All for what? To celebrate the foods and everything that most gracious Father had restored unto us. And so he drank too much, and that's where the curse of Ham comes from. Okay, let's continue on. Curse of Ham came from that, and the blessing of Shem, our father, blessing came from that. And that's why we get to inherit Holy Mount Zion. That's how we get Jerusalem. That's how we get to inherit the wilderness. That's how we can get into inherit, well, all the righteous places on the earth. We got that to inherit from our father Shem for being righteous. All right. And also, you know that our father Shem took the body of our father Adam and placed it in the middle of the earth with what? Silver, gold. Now, placed in the middle of the earth with gold, frankincense, and myrrh. That prophecy was fulfilled because you know they brought Jesus what? Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. All right, let's go. And it shall come to pass where it said, how ye inhabitants of Mactash, for all the merchants of people are cut down, all that bear the seal are cut off. And it shall come to pass at that time, I will search Jerusalem with candles and punch the men that set upon their lead, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. So that's all those people there, those Jews and Jewish people all over there in that land, our land. Lord God, you got to clean that land up. Why? Because the true Israel, the true people of righteousness, the true people of holiness, he had promised that land to, and God is not short of his promises. All right. And so them people over there, man, you have to be around them for a little while. You can't go over there a week and find out how to do it. You have to spend a little time with them. And you see how really even wicked they are. But they say one thing, they do another. And they're proud, arrogant, and boastful, not just there, all through the whole world. That's how they are. Therefore, yeah, because they think they are different from you. They are better than any other man in the world. That's how they feel. That's what they put in there. All right? You'll see. Just keep watching. Therefore, their goods should become a booty, and their houses of desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. They shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. And so they are over there doing all like that, but Lord God is not in a rush. He has no time set. When is this time? On the day of his sacrifice. What are you going to do? Going to set everything in order. You're going to see. Keep watching. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasten greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. Now, who are the mighty men? There's so many of them that claim to be mighty men. They get up in the morning to work the evil because they had the monies and the means to do it. We call them mighty men. Then you have these men with weapons of war. They call themselves mighty men. Then you got men with the hands on the button. They call themselves mighty men. Come on, man. Come on, man. All that's going to be dead and gone. And the great day of the Lord is near, and it is near, and it hasten greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. The voice of the day of the Lord. See, power. Yeah, that's his word. That's power. Okay. In that day of the wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I was walking, and I saw those thick clouds coming in. Yeah, dark clouds coming in. Oh yeah. The day of the trump and the alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. Yeah. So I was thinking about that when Gabriel, I said, who's going to blow the horn? Gabriel, huh? That's going to blow that horn. And that horn will be heard, but I can understand that horn being here. Here, you can hear that horn through the whole world. Ooh. Man. That is enough to make you shake and tremble. Right there, where it comes from. Dream I had one time. Dream vision. Man, I was lying in the bed. In the bed, when you go to bed, you don't have no clothes and nothing on you. I mean, you have clothes that you sleep in. And boy, I heard that siren. Sirens go off. You know, the sirens for earthquakes, tsunamis, those type of sirens. Boy, they was in the middle of the night. And I heard that. When I say middle of the night, you know, in the morning hours, just before sunrise, something like that. Boy, that thing went on. Boy, and I ain't had no clothes and nothing. I said, man, I gotta get up and get out before it hits. Yeah, so that's how it's gonna be. So yeah, well, let's finish reading. Now with distress, I will bring distress upon men. They shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as dung. Okay? Told you, man. Told you. I saw the open field filled up with dung, and it was side by side. I ain't talking about close together like if a man, you know, our soldiers have in ranks, and all they had is still a soldier there that was dung. Man, I looked out my back door, and I saw that open field filled up with dung. Didn't know what it was, but came up in here, type it in, we bought to this page right here. Yeah, a lot of times I had dreams and things like I told you, I had no dream, come and put it in there, soul search of the Bible, and find out. Then say, yeah, that's what I saw. If I right now, if I type in pool of water, something gonna come up, and that's what the Lord showed. I'm just telling you. Okay, let's go. Well, I mean, when I fell in the water, I should have been distressed, but I wasn't. But I should have been. Okay. Neither their silver nor their gold should be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land should be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. And he shall make even a speedy riddance, some say riddance, a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. A speedy riddance. Oh man, that's fast. But let me the fire of his jealousy. So let's go back there to the fire of his jealousy. Told you, man, in the book of Enoch, that's the book of Enoch. You see, they're not gonna believe that their water gonna turn into fire. Yeah? Just tell them. All I can do is just tell them. All right. So well, I guess you want to move. But the Lord had prepared me to be a sacrifice. What he did was he cleaned me out. He got me, let me go through all those different things that people go through. Then after that, he showed and said, no man, that's why I can tell you. You can get out there and march, jump up and down, vote in who you want to vote. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know? It's not going to change nothing. It's going to be the same old thing as usual. Right? Well, you know, I didn't live through it. And so after that, he started cleansing me up. And then, like he said in the book of Isaiah, in the book of Isaiah, he's going to be giving his knowledge quickly and his understanding speedily. That's what happened. I got it so fast and so quick. Why? Because I humble myself. And so when I humble myself, he can start breaking to the different things. Then as I start follow him and say, when you seek me with your whole heart, search out me with your whole heart, then you should find me. So I started doing that. But the very first thing I had to do, I had to get rid of this beam that was in my eye. That beam that is in your eye is about wanting everything, all these vanities, things of the world. And so when you get that out your eye, then you're able to see how to cast the mote out your brother's eye and learn that what's in your brother's eye. You want his lust of this world, lust of these vanities and things. So, man, then you can show them, say, man, you in a church house, synagogue, sanctuary, high priest, temple, down here, Muslim, Muslim, Islamic, Buddha, or whoever you are, Tibetan monk, I don't care who you are. It's the same thing going on with you. Same thing going on. You doing all this stuff and humbling yourself like that for what? Or who you humbling yourself before? Are you humbling yourself before the Lord God and keeping His word? Or you humbling yourself and being taught, doing as you've been taught by man all these years? Just a question. Okay? So I got rid of all that out of my life and I just started seeking God. Nobody else, the Lord God, just started seeking Him. And I cut off everything else out of my life. Yeah, I mean everything. Then after I did that, then Lord God just started trying. Like Father Abraham with 10 tribes. And as I passed each tribe, just start adding on to me. Start revealing more and more deep and deep secret things unto me. Again. Okay, let me finish. I know I'm supposed to be reading Nicodemus, but I'll give it a few more minutes on this. So, so after doing certain things, so one night I was just sleeping or keeping God's commandment. I was delivering God's message. And one night, the Lord God came. I told you this before. The Lord God came and told me to put my head back. He took my head back, drank, and poured that cup in my mouth, and I drank it. Yeah. Oh yeah, it did it. I drank out of that cup. Yeah, that's what I did. Then all night, now by night, I'm probably got the black sheep. That's all that. I told you about that. I was telling you all the time, you just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, the Lord sacrificed. I told you, see, first you're going to come and cut off your right hand, second year the left hand, He's going to take your head off. Who head He going to take off? My head. Dream my head, vision, dream, whatever you want to say. So I was back in Jerusalem. Now, I don't know why I was back in Jerusalem for, but I was coming down the steps and I was telling the people, they lied to you, just like that. Next thing you know, I get that shot. And everything goes black. I can tell you. Because I know. I know. Oh, Lord knows I know. I've been telling you all the time. I had to fight with the devil. Not the devil, I had to fight with death. Death, man. He wanted me to be afraid of him. I'm not afraid of him. Not afraid of him. Boy, that would make him mad. Because he's dead, he's supposed to fear him. That would make Satan mad. Not only is he supposed to fear Satan, he's supposed to serve him. You don't like that. No, indeed, he's the head of all that is good. And remember that. As long as your God breathes earth, serve God, that's your enemy, Satan. He hates you. He hates you. Now you go read in the book of Adam and Eve, he said, yeah, he said, boy, if I would have done that, he hate Adam. Man, dude, you hate man. Ooh, that's you hate man. The serpent. When the serpent took a hold of Eve and he told Eve all these things had happened because of you. He didn't put it on Satan, he didn't put it on himself, he put it on her. All this happened because of you. I lost my splendor, my glory, my beauty. Told you how to, I mean, that's one of my videos. I told you how the serpent looked. Go read the book of Adam and Eve. It tell you how the serpent looked. That's how he tell you. And so when you go there and read that, you see that who imitates Satan, who imitates the serpent. And you go look in those church hours and you see who imitates the serpent. Not just a church house, but I'm just saying where it should start at. It should start with my house. So when you look at that, you see that. So let's go. That's enough of that. Enough of it. It's going to happen. Ain't nothing you can do about it. So let's go. I mean, you can't change it. All you can do is change yourself by doing what? Keeping all God's covenant and all his commandments. All right. So we stop at what? Nicodemus forgot. So we stop at I think it was 6. Yeah, it stopped. I think it's the 6th chapter we stopped at of Nicodemus, the gospel of Nicodemus. All right, so this is chapter 6. I'm gonna tell you where it's at. But we stopped. Let's see. I want to tell you. I think it was on 6. It is 6. All right. Okay, we stopped at 6. We see the governor hearing this tremble and say the multitude, what will the profit you to shed innocent blood? That's the same thing, man. Then Pilate having called Nicodemus and 15 men who said that Jesus was not born through fornication, said to him, what shall I do, seeing there is like to be a turmoil among the people? Then they said to him, we know not. Let them look to it who raised the turmoil. Pilate then called the multitude again and said to them, you know you have a custom that I should release to you one prisoner at the feast of Passover. Okay, the feast of Passover. And I noted, well, the feast of Passover, the reason why we keep the feast of Passover, why? Because that's the night that the death angel passed over, and that's going to happen again. All right, keep watching. I have a noted prisoner, a murderer, who is Barabbas. You see, Barabbas. And Jesus, who is called Christ, in whom I find nothing to deserve death. Which of them, therefore, have you mind that I should release to you? And they all cried out and said, release to us Barabbas. Pilate said to them, what then should I do with Jesus, who is called Christ? They answered, let him be crucified. Now, you got to understand this. You see, you can't just think that it's like it is now. We know that certainly if you go to a football game, basketball game, they're only going to have certain people. Where's the multitude of the poor people are? Where's the multitude of people that, well, they're not there. The same thing was happening. You got to understand these, the people that was there was the same people that didn't want him to be crucified. The same people that didn't want him to be crucified, they wasn't there. Okay, they was at their homes, at their houses and things like that. But the people that had the monies and people in charge, those are the people, same people that came at night and took him. And all those that agreed with them was there. Just like you got this election about to come up with Republican, Democrat. So all the people that are going to be into that are those who do what? Who votes, you see? But the majority of the poor people, they ain't going to have nothing to do with it. No, they're not. They're not going to have anything to do with it. They'll be at their house and they're going to be saying, well, whichever way it go, it's not going to have no effect upon it. And then they let it go. Because why? Because they're keeping God's commandment, keeping God's holy God. And I never could understand that. But I understand it now. So that's the same thing what's going on now. All right, let's go. Because when you go to those conventions and things, who are at those conventions? Who's at the DNC convention? Who at the GOP convention? So that's what you have to look at it this way, because the law of God told me whether Republican or Democrat, both are the broad way. And so the Pharisees, scribes, and hypocrites was at, where was they at? Those who was at Jesus' trial. Now, we had Nicodemus and a few of them there that knew what was going on, but the majority of them was those who agreed. Just like they had this woman talking about the children going back to school and everything. And then she made, and Esau children, either might, but she made a comment. She said, still her saying coronavirus, she said the Chinese, yeah, she said the China virus. And only other person I heard say that was what? President Trump. Just telling you. And that's what you're going to have a lot of that. Well, let's continue on reading. All right. They say, they all asked, let him be crucified. Again, they cried out and said to Pilate, "Ooh, you are not the friend of Caesar." Again, they cried out and said to Pilate, "You are not the friend of Caesar if you release this man." See, that's why they told you. They do it all the time. With our mouths, we should what? Prevail. And what comes out their mouth? Jesus said, well, let's go with Jesus said. Jesus said, what's in the heart that comes out the mouth and defiles it. Murder, theft, robbery, fornication, adultery, blasphemy, false witness, pride, evil way, evil thoughts, evil things. Say evil way, evil thoughts, evil things. Oh, man, stop. Well, then it go on and say lasciviousness, deceitfulness, wickedness. Another one after that. So all these things are in the heart that comes out the mouth of what? Defiles a man. Yeah. Oh yeah. And so that's what Jesus said. That's what's come out. So let's read. And that's what these Jews are doing. That's what these Jews are doing, and Satan's children are doing. Edomites, Esau children. That's what they are doing. With their mouths, they're going to prevail. Okay, let's continue. So you release this man, for he had declared that he is the Son of God and a king. But are you inclined that you should be king and not Caesar? See? So those type of things still do right now today. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then Pilate, filled with anger, said to them, your nation had always been seditious, and you always against those who have been servable to you. See? And that's the way they are right now. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, they're the one in charge. They're the one who can do everything. And you what? Supposed to be able to do nothing greater than them. Okay. Why? Because they claim to be what? God's chosen people. I mean, they don't claim to be God's. Well, they're God. And who is their God? Sure, it's not Jesus. Okay. The Jews replied, who are those that have been servable to us? Pilate answered, your God who delivered you from the hard bondage of Egypt and brought you over the Red Sea as though it had been dry land, and fed you in the wilderness with manna and flesh of quails, and brought water out of the rock and gave you a law from him. And so that's what's going on right now. But you don't want that. Huh? No, you want everything what these Jews want, and you're going to get it. I just finished reading this to tell you that in the book of Zephaniah. I just finished reading that. Oh, yeah, he's not going to leave you unpunished. Why? Because you refuse to hearken. You refuse to hear. You refuse to obey. And these are things still run behind the things of the world. And you're going to get them. You're going to get everything this world is going to get. Yeah? All right. Okay, let me see. Let's finish. Okay. You provoke him always and desire for yourself a molten calf and worship it and sacrifice to it and say, these are thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Now that's the Jews telling us, Israel, just like they're doing now today. On account of which your God was inclined to destroy you. But Moses interceded for you, and your God heard him and forgave your iniquity. Afterwards, ye were enraged against and would have killed your prophets, Moses and Aaron, when they fled to the tabernacle. And ye were always murmuring against God and his prophets, just like you're doing right now today. You're murmuring against me, but I'm not worried about it, because this is the end. Okay, well, you're looking for something else. Keep on looking, but you're going to get what you deserve. And arising from, well, this is your time to repent. This is your time to do righteousness. After this, that's over with. Okay, well, we'll see. Told you in dreams. Go listen to my video, man. How many times I've seen these different doors shutting, windows closing. What you think that's about? Okay. And arising from his judgment seat, he would have gone out, but the Jews all cried out, we acknowledge Caesar to be king and not Jesus. See, that's the same thing they're doing now. Oh yeah, they want the law of God. They took over the church houses. Very, I hear, yeah, I won't get it. Where, but they make sure that at the end of the program that you have to buy these books and these CDs and the different items. They make sure that you got to plant your seeds, and all this is what? Silver and gold. Whereas these persons, as soon as he was born, the wise men came offer gifts unto him. When Herod heard, he was exceedingly troubled and would have killed him. When his father knew this, he fled with him and his mother Mary to Egypt. Herod, when he heard that he was born, would have slain him, and accordingly sent and slew all the children which were in Bethlehem, and all the coasts thereof, from 2 years old until under. When Pilate heard this account, he was afraid and commanded silence among the people, who made a noise. And he said to Jesus, "Art thou therefore a king?" Okay. So the Jews was blaming all that killing and everything was on Jesus. When Pilate first killed him, that's when the devil was blamed. But we know that was the prophecy. Had to be prophecy. I'll take a swallow. Got upset. Yeah, got upset. Got very upset this that morning. You didn't see me? Let's go. So, so the Jews was telling about. Said when the father knew this, he fled him and his mother into Egypt. But that didn't happen like that. I'm gonna read that to you. I'm trying to get to the books. When I get to those books, I'm trying to get to the books, but that didn't happen. That God told his holy angel to take him and the child, and y'all go on into Egypt. And for what? To fulfill that prophecy, calling his son way out of Egypt. You see, that was a prophecy to be fulfilled. But he didn't tell you how the prophecy was going to be fulfilled. He just told you that it was going to be fulfilled, just like me. He never told us how the prophecy was going to be fulfilled. He just told you that it was going to be fulfilled. Just like he told us, told Zerubbabel, so I'm going to use you as a signet. He didn't tell you who he was going to use, how he was going to use. He just told him that he was going to use him as a signet. Not by might, not by power, but by my spirit. But by my spirit, so he's on the host. Just like he told you, say, I'm going to send on Elijah to his great breath of day. He didn't tell you what Elijah, he told you he was going to send Elijah. So he put the spirit of Elijah in me, boom, I'm gone. Put the spirit of Enoch in me, boom, I'm gone. Just like he'll do the same thing for you. If you humble yourself, but yeah, that's on you. All right. He said, when he heard he was born and would have slain him according to his sin and slew all the children to the Bethlehem. But you got also know that the same thing happened to Father Moses. When Father Moses, was being born, what the devil did? The devil sent all the people to kill what? All the children. Come on, man. Job had a part in that. Yes, he did. Go read it. I read it to you. That's why when God killed all Job's children and everything, Job couldn't say nothing because he knew what he had did. Okay, well, just staying with me. When God punished me on certain things, I know what I have done. I just accept it. All right, well, let's go. When Pilate heard this account, he was afraid, commanded silence among the people who made a noise, and said to Jesus, "Art thou therefore a king?" And all the Jews replied to Pilate, "He is the very person who Herod slew. He is the very person who Herod sought to have slain." So that's another thing that you're not paying attention to. You got all these people that would have been born in the world of Israel. And what they did, they made started these abortion laws. And what they did, they put, it was a big conspiracy going on, but you don't believe that. These people, with their voice, they should parade, oh, no, we want to know how you going to take care of that child. Well, girl, you can't take care of that child. But how you can say that? When we were slaves, we had children being born and all of them was being taken care of. When we came back to this Jim Crow stuff and all that stuff, all the children were born, they were being taken care of. But now these days, all of a sudden, you start following behind who? You start following behind Edom and Esau's and the Edomites and all those different things. And now all of a sudden, you can't take care of children. You never took care of them before. God took care of all those kids. And what you doing? You go into the abortion house and kill them. And then you don't know who you might have born, birthed into this world. Come on, man. You still doing it. You still killing God's children. But don't worry about it. You're going to pay for every last child that you killed. Every last child that went into that abortion thing, you're going to pay for it. It's straight reading to that in the book of Zephaniah. Come on, man. What you think all this payback is about? All right, well, let's go. All right. Pilate, taking the water, washed his hand before the people and said, I am innocent of the blood of this just person. Look ye to it. The Jews answered and said to him, his blood be upon us and our children. There they go, they say it again. The blood be on us and our children. Why? Because those are the children of devils, are demons. And they weren't looking at just right now and that. They're looking at in the future. We're going to take over everything. We're going to blot him out. We're going to control it all. Then our father, the devil, going to come in because he made them promises. Told him just like Cain. Told him just like told him like he was going to do for Cain. That have never changed. Is he not still doing it? Do you not have his people living in fine raiment and big fancy cars and houses and lands and all like that? Well, guess what? They still dying. They have this man, they talk about died. He started all these multiplex and all these different things like that. But guess what? He still died. 97 years old, and he still died. And he couldn't take none of it with him. See? And that's what Satan got y'all believe. That do some kind of way you're going to be different. I'm going to be able to take these advantages with me. Come on, man. They had Woolworths. And you know how it was with Woolworths. Yeah, man, that's the same people didn't let Israel in there. Now, no, we can build all this. Yeah, Israel built all this. Why he built it all? Because God had to bless us. So in order for us to bless us, he had to bless you. And so Woolworth, no, you couldn't sit at no Woolworth counter or nothing like that. He couldn't do it, man. He couldn't do it. And so when he died, he left all that money to his daughter. Yeah. Now, go look up and see how she died. All right? Let's go. And Pilate commanded Jesus to be brought before him and speak to him in the following words. Thy own nation have charged thee to make thyself a king. Wherefore I, Pilate, sentence thee to be whipped according to the laws of the former governors, that thou be first bound, then hanged upon a cross, in that place where thou art now a prisoner, and also 2 criminals with thee, whose names were Demas and Augustus. So that's another story in itself. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll put that one down and put it up there. But man, stop being deceived, man. Stop with all that foolishness, man. Stop. Don't worry about what they say about me. I know who I am. I know the faith that lied before me, just like faith that lied before God called. But it's not the faith that lied before him. It's what's coming afterwards that you should be very afraid of. Don't trust them. Do not trust them, not one day, not 1 hour, not 1 second, not one thought do you trust them. Because if you trust them, it's not going to go well with you. Stay keeping all these commandments. Stay in the binds of that holy covenant. And it's going to go well with you. I don't care if they have whatever going on out the outside. 1,000 on the left, 10,000 on the right. But who's in the middle? Who's in the safety of God? Because we gone. Place prepared for us. Place was prepared before even the world was. The place had already been prepared for us. For all the righteous and those who choose to do his will. See? Now you gotta excuse me. I'm very well, I mean, when you know, you know. It's not, I don't think I know. I know. When you become a handyman or whatever, carpenter or whatever, you got to know. You can't think you know. Because you got people's lives in your hand. You got to know. So if you don't know, they come and say, well, I don't know how to do this, but I know somebody who does. And they'll go and send you on to him. You see? But they don't take it on themselves. Because they don't know. So that's the same thing with me. The Lord God took his time to talk. To make sure that I know. Why? Because I had to feed his people. Why? Because this is it. There's nothing after. It's the only death after me, because like I told you, I've seen death in so many different ways. I was born into it. Yeah. This is not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, saying, Lord of hosts, I am Elijah. And I'll see you next time.